LeetCode Problem 167, two-sum 2. Input array is sorted. So this problem is pretty similar to the first two-sum question, where it gives us an array of integers, right? And we have to find the two numbers such that they add up to a specific number, right? So for example, this input array. So the target is 9. So it will be 2 plus 7 is 9, right? So we will have to return the index 1 and 2, right? Instead of 0 for some reason. But the different thing in this one is that the array is sorted in non-decreasing order, which is another way to say sorted in an ascending order, right? And yeah, that's about it. It's pretty similar to the first two-sum question. And since it's similar, we can use the original two-sum method of solving it, which is to use a map, right? So, for example, uh, let's say our example is this one, and then we have a for loop that iterates through every number in the array, and uh, basically uh, every number it will try to find the uh, partner, I guess. You try to find the partner inside the map. Right? What I mean by that is that we are finding for val, which is target minus n, and target is 9, right? Right. So val is equals to 9 minus n, which in this case is 2, right? So it's trying to find 7 in the map. But since our map is empty right now, so it will just initialize. Let's say you just input the value inside the map with the number being the key, right? So it'll be like this, and then the index being the value. So for this example, it will be 2 2 0, right? And then for the next number, it will be 7. So val is equals to 9 minus 7, which is 2. And since we can find 2, right? So we will return the 2 inside the val plus 1. Sorry, we return the 0 inside the val, right? This is the value plus 1, and the I plus 1, which in this case, since it's on this index, it will be 2. Right, so this will be 1 and then 2. So this works even if the array is not sorted, right? Because this is using a map and it just finds the partner of it, right? And it is I would say it's quite efficient in terms of performance, but not so much in terms of the memory. And we can do better by using 2 pointers, right? So these 2 pointers are basically pointing at the start and the back of the array. Right. What I mean by that is like uh, you see here I initialize first to 0, which is the start of the array, and then the last of the array, which is 15, right? So if you take a look at this, right, since it's sorted, right, means that if we were to, let's say, add both of these up, right, so it will be 17, right? Right, 2 plus 15 is equals to 17, right? So what we could do is basically increment but since 17 is more than 9, right? Since 17 is more than 9, our target is 9. And since 17 is more than 9, so we just reduced the index from the back down to 11. So it will be 11, this will be 13. And since 13 is still more than 9, so this will be reduced again to 7. Right, so now we have 9, right? But let's say if our target is 18, for example. Right, so first one, 2 plus 15 is 17, right? And 17 is now smaller than our target, right? Which means the front part have to move up, right? Which means our number have to get bigger, lah, right? So the more the pointer goes to the right, the bigger the number is, and the more the number goes to the left, the smaller the total will become. So if you see here, since if we increment this by 1, so it'll be 7, right? So 7 plus 15 is now 22, right? And since now 22 is more than 18, so we have to reduce the number. So we reduce the index from the back to the left, so it'll be 11. And if we add this up, this will be 18, right? So this is basically what the approach is, right? So if you look at the code, I calculate the total, right? So the total is basically, this is actually the total, right? It's not actually the target. Target is 9. Wait, that was the target, yeah. And then I have a total here, right? So this is how I compute the total. And if the total is equal to the target, for this instance it is, right? Then you just return the index of 7 and the index of 11, both plus 1, right? If the total is more than the target, which means that our, our total has to be reduced. So to reduce the total, we move the pointer behind to the front, right? So you can see last minus minus. Else, if the total is more, or if the total is less than the target, then we have to increase the total by moving the start index forward, right? So basically that's how my algorithm works. That's all I have to show. Thanks.